Hello guys and welcome back to MRC. We are here for Tier 0 at the Belgium Grand Prix at Spa-Francorchamps circuit. And well, we're 4 races through this week. We've got the 5th one coming now before we head to Hungary for next week's races. But yeah, it's going to be exciting. I have absolutely no idea who's top of the Tier 0 championship. I've done zero commentary on it, so...
I think it's Bobo.
Okay. Well, if you didn't know anyway, I'm joined by the man that I was joined by in Tier 3 last night. It's Legolancer. How are you?
Apologies for that. I found the facts ready. I have to give it out, but thanks for having me on again.
Yeah, we're becoming a common partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's going to be exciting. I mean, Tier 3 was fun other than the fact that we had a safety car every 2 laps.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of safety cars, some interesting strategy calls from a couple of members of Grid, but I think most people had an enjoyable race. Some did really well, some not so much. But I'm hoping to see what these zero assist people can do this evening.
I have to say though, is this going to be the first? I think this might be the first time ever in MRC where we're not going to have, unless it rains here, we won't have a single wet race in a week at Belgium.
Oh wow! I mean,
Because
we had
obviously
wet
we had
quali
rain in
yesterday.
qualifying in Tier 4, didn't we?
Yeah, that really screwed me over
I
though.
don't know if Tier 2 had
Normally,
rain, but I know Tier 1 didn't, because I was comms for Tier 1. But
yeah,
yeah, if someone wants to correct me on, did you post the link by the way? Because viewers
I
aren't very
did.
high.
I
Maybe
did.
it's just because they know I'm on comms and they don't want to watch it. But hey, uh, anyway, let's go and have a look. Who's going to be the first man to set a lap around the Spa-Francorchamps circuit? Is it going to be an Aston Martin? Is it going to be G-Star or Lorpy? It's not going to be Lorpy. Is it going to be G-Star? It looks like it's an Aston. It is G-Star. He is coming into La Source. He's going to now try and search for that exit. And now he's got the run down to Eau Rouge and Radion. He's going to be flat out through here in qualifying and, well, and in the race. You can go flat out through there. But now he's just got a long drag all the way down to Le Com in, and he'll pick his braking point around about the 50-meter board. He'll throw it in. You can carry a lot of pace, take a bit of curb on the entry, a bit of curb on the exit, and then you line up and you can just lift off slightly into turn, I think it's 5, I've lost count. And then this never-ending right-hander, it seriously feels like it goes on forever. You've just got to search for the traction on the exit, line yourself up very quickly for no name where you can just throw the car in. It's a beautiful corner. And now into one of the most fun sections of the track, into Pouon. It's just absolutely flat out. And then you find the exit, take a bit of the curb on the exit, now into, I don't even know what corner this is called, but it's the right-hander, and then straight into another left. Now heading into the, well, it's just coming to the end of the second sector. You've got to brake nicely, but you can lift off and actually carry quite a lot of speed into that corner. Now we head down the final, I'm going to call it a straight, even though it's not really a straight, but it's straight enough. So, yeah. But now it's just
your ERS, so guess.
Yeah, the whole way down here, you're pretty much just you're already thinking by the start of that, where am I braking for the bus stop? That's your first thought down that entire straight, pretty much. Is it raining?
Yes.
It is raining.
Oh my God.
I kept thinking I was seeing raindrops.
Yeah, you're not hallucinating, but these. Oh, Bobo goes fastest provisionally.
But look how close it is between him and Hornet. The thing is, these are going to be the laps that count.
Yeah, these are going to be the faster laps because those inters, as we found out yesterday, are faster than the wets. It's still remarkably slow, but kind of quite impressive.
Dumbest Hornet's had a big moment into La Source. And so's the house. It's extremely slippery. Nobody can get their laps done.
Those early lap times that have been put in are really going to seal.
Yeah, look at the track. There is no grip.
Seb gets disqualified.
Yeah, that's
DRS is disabled now. But yeah, these early lap times from the top 10 so far are pretty much going to decide the way qualifying goes, presuming the rain
well,
carries
unless
on.
it dries towards the end. But I think ultimately, anyone that hasn't set a lap now is just going to form up the rest of the grid because it's going to be virtually impossible for these guys to improve. Vans is out, but that's probably
Saviour's
his one
absolutely
lap.
slipping around. Oh
Yeah,
my
there's no
god.
grip. I'm watching everyone just lose their rear on entry and exit. Oh, Mahmood's gone super deep into the bus stop with no grip under braking. He finds some traction, eventually sort of down the straight. No, he didn't. Not the whole way, but a 57.4. That puts him 12th for the time being. Formula W is going to be the next man. But look at how wet that track is now.
Oh my god. The rear
Formula
end.
W. Yeah, he's in the wall. Oh, no, he kept it out. No, he's lagging all over the place. Okay.
See, the thing is, we know how strong Formula W is in the wet. We've seen it before. So, out of these people who haven't set a lap, and will have to in the wet, I'm wondering where he will place if he doesn't manage to destroy his car in the wall in the process.
Oh, Dan's lost it. He's got no wing as well. He's got damage to his wing. That's unfortunate.
Wow, really heavy rain came down so suddenly as well. If this was lighter, it would definitely not be this slippy.
Yeah, definitely. This is pretty crazy. Everyone who's watching, get involved in the YouTube chat. Tell me what you think of this track and how much you like this track.
Yeah, not in the wet, just disregard that it's wet.
I actually, do you know what? In qualifying, I really enjoyed driving around in the wet.
Oh god, I couldn't bear it.
The
Normally I
worst bit
have.
is, right,
Oh,
I made a mistake. I came into the pits with about 6 minutes to go of the session with the intention, because I saw everyone going fast on inters, and I accidentally clicked wets rather than inters and ended up putting another set of wets on. If I'd have gone
so yeah.
inters, I genuinely believe I had the pace for... What's happened to you, Ant? Oh yeah, I mean, it's over. Yeah, you can't really improve again, can you? That's very, very true.
I
Yeah, I
went
mean,
out on
I don't know what I'm going
I
to say
went
for the
out on
next 10
wets.
minutes.
I went out on wet tires originally and then realized, oh yeah, it's drying up a bit. I came back in to change them to inters. It just didn't change even though I selected it anyway.
Well,
I had to
I had the intention of selecting inters, but I ended up selecting wets by mistake. If I'd have gone inters, I genuinely, well, the whole top six were on inters, so I'd have definitely been in the top seven, let's just say that. But
yeah. A couple of people going for that outlap now.
yeah, I think ultimately though it's a good idea for the guys to go out on inters because it gives them practice.
Yeah. Also will create a hopefully more dry line in the track for when they can actually do
Well,
a
we know
flying.
on a drying track a 157 is possible on inters, so ultimately they could still overtake Mahmood here.
Yeah, I think
Because
getting
pole in
above
tier
top
3, I
11
think,
is
on inters
out
was
of the
a
question.
57 or a 56, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So we know
I
that
should know
these
this.
drivers
We
can
were
do that.
watching it yesterday.
Yeah. Because I remember getting very angry at Senna for seeing him do a 156. I was like, great. Cheers. Kill a man when he's down. But let's see. Smith is invalidated. So is Formula W. Rassam's just coming out.
Doesn't surprise me actually that a lot of people have invalidated, but Loppy's on a fast lap now.
Well, the track limits were less strict, it felt, in wet conditions because I was able to run wide quite a bit and not getting validated. Obviously, not deliberately run wide, but I didn't get validated for going off track all the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I always find myself running really wide at Huon and
No, in the
Stanmore.
wet, I didn't run wide there. I ran wide at, you know, the the literal fast left-handed just before the bus stop. I kept
Oh
running
yeah.
wide there.
Oh yeah. That one is quite easy too, actually, because you kind of do have to take a bit of curb on your left tires, otherwise you will just run wide.
Well, the lack of wing that I had didn't really help the turning
No,
in that fast corner. So, yeah,
I
not
often
great.
found myself at the bus stop chicane, literally just trying not to
Oh,
ram into anybody.
Vitalso's gone at Lacon. He's crashed
Hmm.
there. So he's had a moment.
Not. Did he not crash after Radion?
No.
Oh, I
Maybe.
thought.
Yeah, actually, it might have been. I think you're right. Yeah.
I thought. Yeah, I thought Lacombe was the
Yeah.
one after the
He's crashed at
chemistry.
Eau Rouge and Radion then, yeah. I've just noticed. I mean, I nearly did in qualifying. I had a big moment on my first lap up there, and I kept out of the wall by literal matter of like inches. Good lap from Lorpe on Inters, a 59.0. Yeah, it was Radion. Sorry, I'm stupid. Like the driver I support. GTS, he's going to be a man looking for some vengeance after his tier 3 race yesterday.
Obo's going to be very happy that he got out early and set that screamer of a lap.
Well, so's Baby Hornet. Those two literally both. But I bet Baby Hornet's also a little bit fuming when you look at how close it is between. It's 18 hundredths of a second between him and Bobo.
Yeah, and G Star not lagging too far behind either.
Yeah, 100%. But let's have a look at GTS. He's going to come across the line now. What's he going to do? A 59.0. He's just behind Lorpe by about 19 hundredths of a second. So it's
Yeah,
close.
we're about that range on the wet right now. The only people yet to set a lap is Formula W and Rassam. Where are we
Yeah.
saying the people who didn't set a lap in the wet is from? Top 10?
Well, Mahmood was a soft tyre lap, but it was in wet conditions.
Ah, yeah.
No, the 107% rule is definitely not being applied, Ant. That would be very, very unfair in these
What's that
conditions.
rule?
So basically, back in the day when we had like Hispania, Caterham, and Manor, or Virgin, whatever you called it back at that time, big moment for Rassam. But yeah, we had those teams, and so you'd have, let's say, hypothetically, Sebastian Vettel and the Red Bull setting the fastest time. They'd have to be within 107% of that time. Otherwise, it got sent to stewards' discretion on whether or not they were able to race based on their practice times. Was it within 107%? Were their practice times within 107% of that?
Okay.
But yeah.
Rassam aborted his lap, I think.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised after what I just saw him do. He had a huge snap. I do
Right,
think
let's
they
have
could
a.
probably, if they nail a lap, I do think they could probably get near Mahmood's time of a 157 though.
Yeah, there's a lot of luck involved in this quali so far.
Oh, GTS is uh, absolutely Tokyo drifting his way through the bus stop. And he's actually somehow managed to beat Lorpe's time by doing that.
Just about.
Yeah, but Ant, if they didn't make it in quali, but then they used to allow them, but in practice they showed they could get within the 100%, and it was just a quali like mishap or whatever, or it was just slightly slower than their fastest. They were still allowed to race at times. But yes, generally it was a quali thing, but they did occasionally look back up practice. Okay, GTS, you're meant to brake for the con.
We have a ride on board with Nels. Have a quick look. He's on the Inters around the sensible choice. In from turn 11, firing it down this short little straight here.
Who are you watching,
Into
sorry?
Puon. Nels.
Um, I can't even see him on my, oh yeah, I can. He's in the Haas.
Yeah. He's into turn 13 now.
Sorry, Ant, it
Hard
cuts me off
corners,
what I can read.
especially in the wet. 14 campus, that's done. 15 stabilo. Interesting corner, that one, especially in the wet. Now on to turn 16 on the final, I guess you could call it a straight. I mean, it's hard to define what it is, but it is flat out the whole
It's
way
a
down.
bendy straight.
Presuming you can pull the right line, you can do it flat out. Into the bus stop chicane, heavy braking, not what you expect after going flat out for that long. Gotta nail your line. Where does this lap put Nels? I have a feeling he's not going to improve because it's in the wet, yeah.
At the end of the day, it's like I said, this is just good practice for all the guys on the Inters. But if you're Rassam and Formula, it's definitely going to be a good idea. Yes, and a bendy straight. Baby on it has having a nosebleed being that high up. I don't see you trying to assist, Lou. Yes, yes, it's that, and it's absolutely a bisexual section, and I am not discriminative, so there is nothing wrong with that.
I don't know if Formula W is going to get a lap in.
I can answer that question for you right now if you want me to.
No, he won't.
Yeah.
Interesting
I didn't
choice.
ask Lou, to be honest with you. I just made a statement. Sorry, I chose violence today.
We're not meant to offend the YouTube chat, Tom.
No, the YouTube chat always get offended by me.
Unintentionally or not.
They all hate me, but that's part of the fun. Yeah, but you're not racing right now. My statement was that you're not racing now, and which is true. So actually, I'd like an apology. Thank you.
Rassam's just managed to get on a lap.
He's not really spitting facts, Ant. I said he's not racing now, which is true. Rassam's on our lap. Yeah, let's go watch him on the Inters, because obviously he's the only person that can actually move up. I don't care, Lou, to be honest. But that's not a good enough excuse. MRC should be your first choice.
Did you wake up on the wrong side of bed?
No, it's all part of the fun, trust me. I've got I know, I've got Ant laughing a lot in the comments, so it's all part of the fun. But Rassam's looking a lot better on this lap than he did on his previous lap, that's for sure. But it's the bus stop in the rain yesterday. The bus stop in the rain was so horrible.
Yeah, it's bad enough in the dry, to be honest. I really don't like that corner. But then when you put it in the line, it's just
the thing
horrible.
is, you can take 100 different lines and none of them will be the right one.
You can't even choose what line you want a lot of the time, because you just end up, if you mess up your braking, you're already wrong.
My best way was, I felt braking early, going slower into the first part, but then being able to pick your exit for the second part. That's what I found the best. I was braking about 10 meters early. Lorpy's in the grass. Rassam, with a very good lap, actually puts him 13th. And look, he did get very close to Mahmood's time on soft as well. So yeah, that's qualifying done, definitely, because
I think an interesting choice for Formula W not to go out at all.
I mean,
quite fast in the wet, so he could have capitalised from that. But
I do think, in a way, he probably just felt it's a bit pointless going out. Like, at the end of the day, the maximum he was probably going to start was 12th. So yeah. It's like, would you rather, to be honest, starting towards the back, you're avoiding the carnage that could come in the midfield. And by the way, you're in the session. Can you give me a weather update for the race?
Yeah. If it is going to be wet for the race, then number one, that's going to throw off our dry streak. But also that would make sense why Formula W hasn't gone out, because he's got that extra set of tyres then as well.
Well, the thing is, they would put on quite a bit more wing on their car for a wet race. Yeah, and can you let me know if it's raining, please? I want to know for the race. But your qualifying results: Bobo is on pole, Baby Hornet takes second, G Star third, Ant in fourth, Sam Flan is fifth, Sociopath sixth, Vans in seventh, Savior eighth, Nels ninth, Kaiser Soze 10th, Dan 11th, Mahmood 12th, Rassam 13th, GTS 14th, Lorpy 15th, Dumbest One 16th, Smith 17th, Formula W in 18th, Batalsa and Sebmel both did not complete the session, and the race is going to be changeable conditions based off what Ant has just said. So we are going to see some of the wet stuff in the race.
Oh, I mean, okay. Let's see how this goes then.
No, I am
I
looking
mean,
forward to it. It would be good to see, at
yeah,
least in
it's
MRC,
only
we don't red
fitting.
flag just for a bit of rain. And
It's
the wet
only
tires are actually allowed. Sorry.
it's only fitting for the highest tier of drivers we have for it to be raining potentially. It's looking dry right now, but it could be
Yeah, these
a
guys are the
bit of cloud.
masters of everything. They
If you play without assists, you're practically insane.
yeah.
I mean, I I don't understand how you do it. I struggle in tier 4 with brake assist off, to be honest. So I think I'll stick to that. But anyway, we have a 5-minute break now for the drivers to take a short break, maybe sort out strategy,
Toilet
um,
break, drink break,
go to the toilet, yeah,
all that good
all that
stuff.
jazz.
I mean, yesterday I was panicking when I had the 5 minute break because obviously the week before last we had a disaster in Tier 4 where people didn't know how to keep their buttons off of their fingers off of their buttons. So yesterday I was like, I really needed the toilet, but I was like, I swear to God, if someone clicks ready up, I'm gonna lose my head. I was like, no,
I,
please.
I I saw starting like 30 seconds at the top, and I was like, oh, somebody's pressed it, and I
Yeah, they
realised
did
it
go
was
a minute
probably you,
early,
and you
and I
just
was like,
yeah.
you're meant to wait for my announcement, but
And then I saw it in
I wasn't gonna
tier
red
4
flag for
comms,
like
and I was like,
it was only like 20 seconds early, but I wasn't gonna red flag for 20 seconds, so yeah.
just a lot of effort.
But we will see. I'm interested. So it wouldn't surprise me if there is rain coming. If some of these drivers went hards off the start because they may try and reach the wet period.
Yeah. I mean, it's depending on what the forecast is saying. I did try and do that yesterday in tier 4, but it didn't rain, even though it said on the forecast it
Yeah, don't believe
would.
anything you read when like, and it's got to be like certain temperatures and all that stuff for it to be true. I never know how it works. So unless it tells me it's raining from the start, then I just prepare for the worst. Ultimately, I'm just like, well, I always, for some reason, if I see if the screen shows me there's a chance of rain, whether it's true or it's not, I always add a few extra clicks of wing just in case.
Yeah. I my strategy was meant to be a medium, then a hard, and then see where that puts me, to be honest, if it was going to rain or not.
Well, my
But then the
strategy,
safety car came and it
I,
just screwed me over because it put me on soft for some reason.
well, my strategy was meant to be medium, hard, medium, but obviously lap one was how do I say this? Carnage,
Interesting.
and I ended up with no wings, so my strategy went out the window. I tried to go really long on the hards to gain some track position, which I was doing, and then it would have brought me into play. I would have probably been sat around seventh, and then the safety car decided to come out, and it threw everything away for me. So I was like, great, cheers, thanks.
Yeah. The safety car kind of came on and then it gave me the option to change strategy. And I thought the strategy was going to be um, put me on hard tyres because it fell right into the pit window. Anyway, it wasn't putting me on hard tyres. It was putting me on softs, annoyingly.
Yeah,
Once
I
again, the
know.
game's screwing me over just like it did in Silverstone. Anyway,
It's the game for you, but we've got Hungary next week. Do you like that track?
um, I I really haven't raced Hungary that much. I've just never really played it that much.
Well, I'll
I
say
mean, I
this to you,
should.
like your wing level would be very not far off the wing level you'd use in Monaco, because it's Monaco without the walls, that track.
Yeah, I wasn't even here for Monaco, so
Yeah, neither was I. And I'm
I'm
not
kind
moaning.
of glad. Yeah. Oh, sorry, busy that week.
No, 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 well, I had issues with my internet, so I couldn't take part that week. But
I was in London, so anyway, here we go. Finally.
right, let's have a little gander at the strats, because so the top 12 have all gone mediums. Rassam GTS, Dumbest, Smith, and Formula have all gone for the hards. Everyone else mediums. So yeah, maybe the rain's coming at a stage where they can get the mediums too. Then
Yeah, hope maybe. Well, don't say hopefully, but yeah, maybe soonish
the thing I'm looking
in the
forward to
race.
here though is there's a the grid's very mixed up because of the rain.
Yeah, so we'll see some either really good, like really some strong people from the back making moves on people who would potentially qualify lower down, and also some people at the front potentially moving back because they don't have the same pace. But then again, if you're in tier zero, you've got to have some good pace.
Well, no, that's not necessarily true because you've got drivers here. Well, there's one tier three driver. There's
Joking. Yeah.
Dan is also last season was tier three as well, but this season he's only racing tier zero. But there are a couple of twos in there as well, but majority are tier one, yeah. But this is the first season where no second. I don't even know how this tier works, if I'm honest. So yeah.
All I know is that no assists or mental race. Okay, pretty much it.
I think it used to be like you'd race tier one, two, three. You'd all race in the same race, but the points would be based off tier one, tier two, and tier three. So you get 25 for winning it as a tier one driver. Tier two you get 25, and tier three you get 25. But I know it doesn't work that way anymore. So,
Yeah, I
but
guess that's just sort of complicated things.
either way, we are going to be lights out in a very short minute. So this is going to be
We have.
interesting. Baby Hornet, you'd argue, is probably in prime position here because he will get.
It's got the outside, yeah.
But one thing I saw this week is in tier one, Bobo had the pace to win in that tier this week. He just got very unfortunate with things that happened, but he had some insane pace. But we are lights out and we are racing. It's a good getaway from Bobo. Not such a good getaway from Baby Hornet. He's going to be under a little bit of pressure into turn one from the Aston, but he's kind of got away with it at least for now. But not the best exit. The Aston's now going to look back at him. But I think everyone. Nope, there's a Mercedes. I think Rassam's had contact with someone in turn one because he seems to be dropping off the pack. But let's go on board with El Hornet. Actually, no, let's not go on board. But
I
Bobo's
believe
done
it
well.
was
He's dropped
Vitalso
out of
because he's
the.
just received a penalty.
Who's sorry?
I believe it was Vitalso's potentially spare laps on
Oh,
that.
there was. Sorry. Sociopath and Van's getting very, very close together. Sam plan
Interesting
up to
start.
P4.
Yeah,
Sorry.
interesting start. We've had a couple of spinners, a couple of good getaways. One thing I did notice is that Bobo didn't actually point his car that much towards the outside line. which we've seen it a lot in different races this week. But I just thought that was interesting, considering, maybe he didn't want to go for such an outside line, but
Oh,
yeah, I'm not sure.
Baby Hornet's just gone super wide. He's touched the gravel. That's not going to help him, especially when he's got G-Star hot on his tail.
Saviour's catching up very close to Ant. I mean, bus stop is not where you're going to make an overtake.
He's going to have a look, but no, that would be... Oh, he's hit the back of him.
Oh, a bit of contact. This is Saviour's last race of the season, I saw the other day.
Sorry?
Can't make it to... This is Saviour's last race of the season today. Can't
Yeah.
make it to other races. So,
Yeah.
he enjoys
Such a
this
good
one.
guy, Saviour. He's one of the nicest people you will ever speak to in your life, I can assure you with that. But he'll be back.
Driver.
He'll be back next
Very fast.
season, and I'm sure he'll be fighting for both the Tier 0 and the Tier 1 title next season as well. So it'll be great to see him. But let's go and have a look at Mahmood, who's having a little look at Sociopath into Lecom, but he's not quite close enough. And Sociopath holds on. Sociopath also had an outstanding race in Tier 1 where he pulled off the one stop and for a while was in P3, but I think he ended up P6. I think he started about P17 in Tier 1. So Sociopath had a really, really good race in Tier 1 this week.
Yeah, just to point out, Formula W has moved up 7 places since the start of the race, so potentially that starting from the back near enough has actually benefited him.
Can I just point out he's on hard as well, so that makes it even more impressive.
Yeah, we've seen it before. He does silently make up lots of positions in the first lap, which, you don't notice it, but it is very impressive because he just sort of worked his way up the order and then you realise he's front running and yeah.
I have to say though, Bobo is really dropping Baby Hornet here.
Yeah,
And there is a human centipede-like train following Baby Hornet at the minute. Look at that. Everyone is there, ready to pounce. Baby Hornet's had a lock-up into the source as well, so that's not too great for him. It's probably going to leave him vulnerable now on the run down. Well, through over. He got a good exit, though. He's actually pulled a little bit on G-Star there. Let's go on board with G-Star and see if he can close and close and close. But Baby Hornet is doing everything to break that toe as early as humanly possible. Let's have a little look behind because actually Ant's just got past Sam Flan. Oh, Ant's got super close to the rear of G-Star.
It's horrible that feeling when you brake and you brake so hard as he gets past. Oh, Pat's a really late brake there.
Yeah, side by side. That's a great move from Ant to get G-Star there. Ant is not messing about. He's seen Bobo driving off, and he knows he needs to get past Baby Hornet to have a chance of winning this race. Because if that gap gets much bigger, it's going to be not great. Let's just say that.
He's really sending it with the late braking through some of these corners.
They've been very clean though, so you can't fault him.
Yeah.
He's managed to be in control. But I think someone has to try and take that race too, because look, that gap it's gone up this lap on its own 1.7 seconds.
Bobo is genuinely so fast. He is pretty much on another planet with how fast he is. 4 seconds after 3 laps in Tier 0. Wow.
Yeah, Mahmood, I think, has just been overtaken. Oh, they're having a freeway scrap out of the bus stop between Van, Sociopath and Mahmood. But actually, you've got Sam Flan and Saviour side by side. So, oh, there's contact between the two. There's more contact.
Yeah, Van's just suddenly had a drop in pace then on the start-finish straight. I'm not quite sure what happened, but 3 people passed him.
Here comes Ant for P2. He's going to make the move on El Hornet, and he's got it done. Now, can Ant make any inroads on the Flying Dutchman?
Yeah, say flying because he's flying every race.
Well, Tier 1, I mean, Bobo, his first season in Tier 1, he showed a lot of promise, but I think he will admit himself he made a lot of mistakes which cost him from good positions in Tier 1 in his first season. This season, he's totally dominated Tier 0 so far, and
Baby
he's
Hornets
been,
get 3 seconds.
yeah, that's not ideal for him, but and he's been more than competitive. Like he genuinely was up there with Eugenie and Ben on Monday for the win until he got his contact with Saviour. Otherwise, I genuinely think Bobo had a genuine chance of winning on Monday. But
Yeah.
but Ant has taken 7/10 of a second this lap out of Bobo.
He's already created a massive gap.
Yeah, Baby
Behind him.
Hornet's struggling, I think, a little bit. But, I mean, to be fair, he didn't know he was racing until about 5:30 because the issue I had was I said I'd cover him for comms so that he could race because it's his only chance to race this, like, in a week is the Thursday. So, but I didn't know if I could commentate for sure until about 5:30, so I'm not sure how much practice he managed to get in. But, yeah. But, oh, there's contact up Eau Rouge between Baby Hornet and G-Star. Let's have a little watch. Can G-Star get the move done? He's going to the inside, but it's going to be 3 wide. Here comes the V-Carb. He's got up the inside of Baby Hornet as well. Saviour's through.
Overtaken Vans and Keys of Soze as basically they pulled a move like from the F1 movie where they surrounded the car. Both of them slotted past them. Like,
oh, Baby Hornet's round!
Oh no, that's not what you want to see.
He's in the wall. I think he's avoided damage. It looked like he hit the wall anyway. But I think he's avoided damage. He's right behind his brother now in P14. If you hadn't guessed, Double Hornet and Baby Hornet are actually brothers. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
No, like they are in real life brothers.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if you knew. You're fairly new around here, so I didn't know if you knew that info.
It's also more the fact as well that they're both racing for the same team.
I mean, maybe that did give it away. And they're both called Hornet. That probably also helped with that assumption. But yeah, Ant is really, really ready in Bobo now. 2.9 seconds that gap is.
Maybe he's going to start feeling the pressures soon. Definitely. But he's pulling ahead a bit more.
But how much battery is Ant burning to try and catch Bobo? That's the question. Let's go and have a look a bit further back because Samflan, Mahmood and Sociopath are all very, very close together. Sociopath's going to have a look around the outside potentially of Samflan, but Samflan parks his car absolutely beautifully in the middle of the track. Brilliant defending. Oh, through goes! There's contact between Formula and... Yeah, that was a very, very late braking move. That was a touch silly, if I'm honest.
Rather risky, yeah. Especially on that part of the track. That's not exactly where you want to be.
You can only make the move there if you're alongside, and Formula W sort of made his decision very, very late there. But, you know.
He's not sustained any damage, I don't think.
Yeah, he's got away with it. At least he's still able to go. I mean, there's still a lot of time to recover. He's also on the hard tyres, so he can take them quite deep and work his way back up that way. But he had good pace. He's shown that, so let's see if he can come back from it.
He's already a place ahead of where he qualified, so he's done it before. He can do it again.
Ant said the weather's definitely changing, but the funny thing is, if you look at the clouds, it's actually got brighter since the start of the race. It was overcast at the start.
We've only seen a few hard tyres though, so maybe Ant was just lying.
Possibly. That is true. He was probably trolling me.
he's on the mediums, so if it was raining, he would be on the hards probably.
Well, not
It must
necessarily.
be.
It depends what lap the rain's scheduled to come. If the rain's scheduled to come at a point where the mediums can get to, then that's probably the safer tyre to go for. But the gap has sort of stagnated a little bit between him and Bobo now. It's sort of just hovering around the 2.5 second mark, really. So, I wonder if they're both just feeling the tyre wear now.
Yeah, I'm seeming to feel it quite a lot as he goes through turn 10, drifting about.
Yeah, I just
Drifting about.
noticed that. But Baby Hornet and Rassam have just had a little battle. Rassam managed to pass him. I wonder if that spin has really hurt Baby Hornet's tyres.
Yeah, probably. And that penalty, he's not going to be super happy with that.
He probably wants a safety car. That's probably what he wants at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the drivers, especially on the mediums, will be wanting one soon.
Well, it's like I said again. It depends when the rain's coming. If not, they probably just want it to get to the rain without. Because if a safety car came out now and there's rain coming in 3 laps time, by the way, it is getting cloudier. But if if a safety car came out now and then rain's coming in 3 laps time, they're pretty screwed as to what they have to put on. They might as well just not pit under the safety car. So
Yeah,
yeah, but Saviour's pit. Maybe that tells me there is no rain coming because he's pit. So
wonder what tyre he goes on.
Mahmood's also pit and so is G Star. I'm interested to
Oh,
see
what?
what. I think it'll probably be the hard for Saviour. I think that's got to
Yeah,
be the Aston of
just
G Star's
seen.
going on to mediums. I know that. I've just seen it. Can't even see what tyres Saviour's put on. It didn't show
I
me.
think it odds.
It is the hard tyre. So interesting to see how
Should be
that's going to
raining
play out.
soon
But
then.
look at Ant, 1.4. He's watching this stream and he's going, right, I'm going to try and catch him now. I'm going to
Really
shut
nearly
Connor
there.
down. Next lap, he could be within DRS.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's been gaining so consistently.
Yep. And also, Ant is MRC's very own tyre whisperer. So,
Oh,
I
I've
think,
seen it. Yeah.
so he, on Monday, he went for a one stop. And I mean, in the long haul, it benefited his race quite majorly. He qualified 12th. I can't remember exactly where he ended up, but I believe he was fourth or third. I could be wrong, but I think that's
I
roughly
mean,
where he was. So,
I've definitely seen him work with his tyres extremely well. So he's probably going to drag these mediums out quite a long way.
well, Ant, in the nicest way possible, Ant's always been known in MRC for his wacky strategies, let's say. Very brave, different strategies, let's just say that. And sometimes they work. Sometimes I'm like, you're an absolute lunatic. Why did you do that? But, you know, if they work, he looks like a genius, you know?
You can either make make a weird strategy and it goes horribly wrong and he's completely stupid. But he's about to be in DRS range.
He is, and I am on board with him. I believe he was 9 tenths over the detection zone, so his flaps should open when we get to the DRS point. Let's have a look. No, he wasn't in DRS. Okay.
I don't think he was. He was just about half a tenth behind him, behind DRS.
Okay. So Bobo just about, if Bobo was to pit now, he just about has, well, how long is it for a pit stop here? I thought it was about 18 seconds, wasn't it?
It feels long.
No, I'm sure on F1 in the real life race of the weekend they said it's about an 18-second pit stop here. Or maybe I'm an idiot. But if it is an
I don't
18-second
listen
pit
to
stop,
everything
Bobo
they
will
say.
come out in second.
Yeah, Ant is really. If he doesn't get him by DRS, you practically get past him with the pace he's got.
Yeah, Ant looks definitely the more comfortable on the tyres at the minute. Bobo is having a lot of wheel spin out of the corners, so his tyres probably aren't feeling too glorious at this stage. But let's go have a look at what's happening between Saviour and GTS, because Saviour's just got him on the exit of Poulton, which is a very good move. Next up for Saviour is going to be Sociopath, who hasn't pitted yet. So Sociopath's being a bit of a roadblock and hurting Xavier a little bit here because Xavier's then going to want to try and chase after Rassam.
I think Rassam still needs to pit though.
He does,
And
but
he also,
he's still going to want to dispatch these guys as quick as humanly possible. But I think Rassam's about to get Dumbest Hornet any second now because Dumbest Hornet seems to be struggling on his hards a little bit as well. But let's see, surely
yeah, Nippy had
Sociopath
him
may be
through
about
the.
to come in. Yeah, Sociopath
Yeah,
is
he
in.
has.
But Ant and Bobo, I think these two are very much sort of playing chicken with each other a little bit because neither of them wants to blink first
Yeah, I think they're both going to keep going as
until
much as they can.
Xavier
It's going
ends
to be
up
a.
within their pit stop.
It's going to be a battle of who can keep their tires at bay for the longest. To be honest.
The thing is, right, these guys have done 10 on the mediums. Xavier could go to the end based off what we're seeing at the minute. So
It's
it's going to
very
be
possible.
interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, his tyres won't be great at the end, but it is
They'll be
possible.
manageable.
Rassam, though, but Xavier manages to get past Dumbest Hornet. Now he's got Rassam on the exit of No Name. He's got so much more grip. Right now, you're probably going to have to see Bobo and Ant react because now obviously Xavier has the clear air and new tyres. So
But it's 20 seconds, and they are the two
I'd
in
still
front are screaming ahead. I mean, we know how pacey
they are,
Xavier
but
is, so we probably
they
won't catch him. But
it's look already half a second has come out of in the middle sector alone. Yeah,
yeah, there is
Bobo
that.
in. He had to come in. He had to react to Xavier
Yeah, he's just
because
not going to have that tyre advantage if he doesn't
one more
change
lap,
soon.
Xavier would have been in his pit stop window. It's going to be super close as it is. I'm going to watch where Xavier is. I think this is going to be
This is going to be
super
very
close.
tight.
Where's Bobo? He's just going to the pit exit. This is going to be insanely close because Xavier's just coming down the pit straight. Let's have a look. Where's Bobo? He's going to have the lead by about probably just over a second. So,
Rassam's not
oh, there's been a big crash. Samplan's gone straight on at turn 1.
Oh yeah, that's he's done so well to keep it at the front for the majority of this race.
Yeah, Samplan's a very quick driver, but he just he hasn't raced consistently for a little while in the league, so hopefully this is his way back in kind of thing. But we are at half distance.
I'm wondering how long Ant will take these tyres for, because we know he's good at tyres, but how good is he at tyres?
Knowing
Especially
Ant,
round.
I think Ant will go to probably. He may react this lap, but Ant usually goes a very long time on his tyres. He likes to have fresher tyres
Yeah.
right for the end, but the issue he doesn't want is because look, already Bobo's taking nearly 2 seconds of that, 2 seconds on him on this lap alone. So he doesn't want that gap to Bobo to be too big. That's the issue he's got. Is he going to come in this lap? He is. Yeah, that's a very sensible choice from Ant. I think that was definitely the right call. He had to react. I think Bobo is going to come out. Oh no!
10 seconds. Oh, that's going to throw him off.
Oh, that's possibly just ruined the race, the fight for the race win now.
It's really, really strict, the speed in the pit lane one, isn't it?
Xavier's going to be side by side with him on the pit exit. Xavier's got him just about.
I'm honestly kind of glad.
Oh, Samplan, this race goes from bad. He's retired in the pits.
Yeah, you don't want to be going side by side into a Rouge and Radion. So I'm kind of glad at least somebody pulled ahead a bit there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Right, this is going to really throw off Ant unless he can pull a gap to Rassam. But even then, if he overtakes Xavier, what penalty has Xavier got? only 3 seconds, so he needs to pull at least 7 seconds ahead of Saviour, which is hard enough on its own. Getting ahead of Saviour. But
yeah. Sorry, I've just missed. I was trying to communicate with the stewards for a minute. Saviour got a 3 second, which I missed.
yeah, I didn't even notice he got it, to be honest, either.
Yeah,
I don't know what, I
crazy.
think he just got it for, like, track limits, maybe? But
Yeah, quite possibly.
not sure.
Interesting.
Yeah, Ant needs to pull at least 7 seconds ahead of Saviour, which is going to be hard. Very hard.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's going to be a tough little juicy one. But
V-Star gets past Rassam.
yeah, very good move. Rassam's coming to the pits. That's why that's happened.
It didn't say pit for some reason.
Tell you what, the man having a brilliant race at the minute is Mr. GTS Drag King, the Tier 3 driver. He's really battling with a lot of Tier 2s and Tier 1s here.
Yeah, he pulled ahead. He started quite near the back, didn't he? He managed to pull ahead, which is good.
Yeah.
To see it. Pulled 6 positions.
Yeah, Case Sose's also had, I think he started about 10th. He's up to P6 now as well. He's showing some really, really strong pace in his Ferrari. So
Mahmudev has done really well as well.
yeah, Mahmood been super, super impressive. He's almost come out of nowhere there from into tier people.
Oh, Drag King battling with Vans.
Let's go and have a little gander of what's going on there.
Ahead there. Drag King's on the worst tyre though, but he's got the pace. Just about, but he's going to feel it through P1.
Yeah, he certainly is.
Rather silly name for a corner, isn't it?
It's starting to heat up a little bit now, but the issue is that Bobo knows unless something drastically crazy happens.
Ant's got past Saviour. I didn't even notice, but he has.
He has, but the issue for Ant is
it's not going to matter unless he can pull that.
I mean,
gets fastest though.
The thing is, the stewards do remove 10-second penalties, but the issue is when it's pit lane, the chances are it's probably a reasonable penalty, which makes it. Good evening, Eugenie. How are you, my friend? Good to see you in the YouTube chat.
Drag King finally pits. 13 laps on those cards. Definitely feeling it.
I didn't realise he hadn't pit yet. Wow.
No, him and Vitalso were the only ones who've not pitted yet.
No, but Telso has. He's done 11 laps only.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he pitted really early because I think he broke his front wing. So.
Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah, I'm very good. When are we going to see you on track in Tier 0? Ever or no? It'd be good to see you back here. But I think a lot of the drivers would hate you to come back because they know you'll win.
Bobo would least like to see you, but it could spice things up for us viewers.
I think Eugenia will admit Bobo really gave him a good fight on Monday, along with Ben and Saviour. But Bobo was right up there in Tier 1. I honestly thought at one point he was going to win it, but he was so unfortunate with what was going down. But Ant's now within the DRS of Bobo. Can Ant I don't think 9 laps is going to be enough for him to pull a he's going to have to pull just over a second per lap.
Yeah, and especially without that slipstream or DRS, if he's in front, it's not going to be great. I think he might try and sit just ahead of Saviour.
Baby Hornets spun.
Is that the second time?
Don't say that, he will cry.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He's very emotional, that boy. But yes, that is the second time. I have 3 races per week in September, so I have a 4-1 is tough. Yeah, I see what you're saying. But I think the drivers are happy because they know they've got a chance of winning.
So he's pitted.
He has. He's made his second stop. which is interesting. He's going hards to the end. I just, for me, the reason I didn't want to go hards at the end is because the mediums will come alive for you and last a bit longer on lower fuel. So that's why I decided if I'm going for a strat, it's going to be medium, hard, medium, and finish the race on the mediums.
You know, going off what Anne said earlier, it could be rain on the last couple of laps.
Uh,
How it goes.
it's not looking likely with how the clouds are, if I'm honest. Maybe
No,
last
I
lap.
mean,
It is
it's
clouding a little
possible,
bit.
but
Maybe
if
last
you
2
look
laps
up by like
possibly, but
10, 11, it's pretty cloudy.
yeah, we'll see. It'd be nice. It would add quite a bit to the last few laps, that's for sure. But this game needs to start getting its strategies right because it's really unfair on the people that see this sort of stuff and then it's like, oh, I'll put a wet setup on and then the rain never comes and then you're screwed. Do you know what I mean? It's not
Yeah,
ideal.
spice the race up a bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does. But Xavier just doesn't seem to, at the minute, quite have the pace of Ant and Bobo to be able to get near them. But
They've really pulled ahead though of the field behind.
Ant needs to get. The thing is, Ant's almost at this point in danger of losing to Mahmood as well, because Mahmood is only just over 10 seconds behind him.
Yeah.
So.
Ant has pulled the gap to Saviour in not too many laps when you think about it. 3 seconds. He needs 4 seconds more. He can pull that 4 seconds more in however many laps
The issue he
left.
has, though, if he starts having to keep fighting Bobo, then he's going to lose time. And obviously, like I said, Mahmood's got clear air behind. So if they start fighting, Mahmood will be there to take the podium as well.
Yeah.
3 seconds for Formula W. He's kind of okay with that, though, because Baby Hornet behind him, I believe, has 6. So
It's easy to get track limits at Puon and that one corner before bus stop.
yeah,
Because
most
it's just so
certainly.
easy to run wide. You think at Puon you could go flat out, but I find you have to lift a bit.
You do, I
There you can
always
go
lift on
flat
the
out.
entry.
Yeah.
I lift on entry, then as soon as that, when I say a lift, I mean it's like less than a second of a lift. It's literally straight back on the throttle.
Yeah,
But
otherwise you're losing way too much time.
yeah, but Ant is right up the chuff of Mr. Bobo at the minute.
Saviour's gaining on Ant though, that could just be because they're battling.
Quite possibly. But let's have a look
But
at.
you've got to remember Ant is on less degraded tyres probably. But then again, he's going to be in dirty air, so.
It's only a lap difference though.
Oh,
But let's have a look. He goes around the
passed.
outside. He's actually run off track though. There's contact between the
Contact.
two. He had to give it back. He went 4 wheels off. Very good, respectable driving there from him, and he knew that he went off and he knew he had to give it back. So sensible.
Bobo's going to be feeling it now though.
Moments like that will hurt Ant with that 10-second penalty because, like I said, he's got drivers there sort of within range of him.
Yeah, Saviour, if Ant makes any more mistakes or battles for too long with Bobo, Saviour's going to be right next to him. And currently, as is, that 10 seconds, he's already going to end up behind Saviour unless he can pull more of a gap. Which,
Yeah.
from the way it's going, it's just looking like it's staying about, 3 seconds gap, especially with battling Bobo. Saviour's still pulling forward a bit.
Yeah, there's a very interesting battle starting to form for. Oh, I've just realised, Dumbest Hornet in P10 has got no end plate on his left side, so that's probably why he's dropping pace a little bit here and has got 4 cars very close to him. He's got a little bit of wing damage, which will be hurting him. But also, I've just realised as well, GTS also has an end plate missing.
I wonder what happened there?
Well, it looks like he
I
does.
think.
Oh, no, he doesn't. It was just the way the camera angle was. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, I wonder what happened to Thomas Horner though, because I didn't see anything. It doesn't look like he's lost
Yeah, I don't know,
any
but he definitely
positions.
does have part of his wing missing, which will be costing him a little bit. But don't forget, Kaiser Soze
Gets
has much fresher
past
tyres. He's going to get the move done down into turn 1 as well, I would think.
Ant's just Bobo has just gone past Ant. However, Ant went off track, placed back, but now he's lingering quite far behind him actually. So
Oh, dumbest toilet is coming right back at Kaiser Soze though. Oh, but through goes the Alpine of GTS. He's gone down through the middle of both of them.
that is what you'd like to see. Taking wheel-to-wheel racing between these two actually. Bit of wheel banging's gonna happen.
Yeah,
That's
the
a
thing
good
is,
place to
Dumbest
make an
Hornet
overtake.
is obviously suffering with a little bit less downforce, so that's going to be hurting him a little bit. But he's done incredibly well there to keep Kaiser Soze behind. That would be oh so frustrating for Soze. He needed to get that move done because in the middle sector, it's so hard to make any sort of overtake.
Lacombe is a terrifying place to make an overtake, but it can be done.
Lacombe,
Especially because you've
yeah,
got
well,
all that
Lacombe's your
pace.
best place to make an overtake,
Yeah,
really.
it's the best
But
place, but it is also terrifying because you have all of that pace from the straight.
yeah, you're not
Just
wrong,
like you
but
have to be side by side with the car. Oh, you're trying to overtake
well, but you
Lacombe.
do generally within
Otherwise,
racing rules anyway. If you're coming from a while back, then it's too much. To be honest, that corner's too much of a high-speed corner to make a dive bomb.
yeah, I tried it yesterday and it didn't really work.
Yeah,
I ended up just having to lag back a bit.
but
I
Mahmood
tell you what.
is not within the time of Ant. But let's go and have a look at Ant. He's still super duper close to Bobo. What was you going to say? Sorry.
Sorry, I was just Ant was still pulling a gap to Saviour. He's increased that by about 1.5 seconds now. I mean, if it's going this way, he might actually make it to guarantee himself in second.
I just don't. The only way I can see Ant getting that gap to Savior is if he passes Bobo. I still think him being caught behind Bobo and having to react to everything Bobo does is going to prevent him from building the gap. But let's not forget, Saviour's done 11 laps on those hard tyres. His tyres are going to be starting to die because if you look in the last lap alone, Mahmood has taken a second out of him.
Yeah, he's going to be feeling that now. He's just trying to make it to the end without losing too much time. But I think he's safe in the sense where Mahmood definitely won't be able to pass him. But his only worry now is that if he stays within 7 seconds of Ant, then he will make second. But if he doesn't, so I think he's just trying to push those tyres. But he has got the clean air, which there is that.
Yeah, he
Bit of a
has.
rambler.
Let's go and have a look at Ant versus Bobo this lap because Ant is going to have a look up the inside and he's going to
That's
get
a
it
nice
done this
move
time
there.
as well.
Bobo's still trying to cling on, but he just makes it past.
I think you might be right actually. Saviour is really struggling on those tyres now because Mahmood is really starting to catch him as well. So
I think Bobo's going to be feeling rather comfortable, actually. Because I
Bobo's
don't think.
fine. Bobo has nothing to worry about. He did not need to fight that with Ant. In fact, if anything, it had been very stupid of him to fight that because he all he has to do is bring his car home. There is no way Ant is putting 10 seconds on Bobo in 3
No,
laps.
no.
Unless something major happens to Bobo, but
This is now a battle
we
between
might get.
Ant and Saviour.
There is a possibility, I guess, we could get rain on the last lap because, I mean, it is cloudy, but it still doesn't look anywhere near dark enough. But
No, I doubt it'll be.
let's see. Kaiser Soze's right up the back of GTS Drag King. Great race from GTS Dread King. He's currently in P9. But oh, Soze had a little look. I thought he was going to make the lunge. I think he's just trying to get into GTS's head a little bit and say, I am here. Very impressive from Dumbest Hornet, though, with that wing damage. He's managed to keep Seb Mail behind him for a few laps. He's done really well here, Dumbest Hornet.
The hard thing about having two Hornets in this session is that if one thing, well, and especially because they race for the same team, if one does one thing, you end up just thinking it's the other one that does it the whole time, and it gets really confusing.
Yeah, but Baby Hornet hasn't really recovered from his earlier woes. Seb Mail has just got Dumbest Hornet as well for P11. But let's have a quick look at the penalties because they're going to make a difference. So Formula W has 6 seconds. So even if he passes Dumbest Hornet will probably finish P12 here. 10 seconds for Ant, obviously. He's still only 6 at the minute ahead of Saviour. So he still needs about a second on Saviour.
I mean, Saviour's not fallen away within the past couple of laps that much. Within the past lap or so, he's not lost too much time. It's just been kind of
in fairness, Ant needs
where we are.
Ant needs less than 2. Well, Ant needs 0.2 of a second to be able to win. Keep second. He's now over 7 seconds behind Ant.
Yeah, he needs second and 0.2. Is it? Yeah.
So yeah, at the minute he's literally got enough at the minute, as things stand for second.
No, he needs a second, doesn't he?
Huh?
It's 7 seconds.
Yeah. So and he's 7.3 ahead. So as things stand, it will finish 0.3 ahead of Saviour.
Oh, from what? Mine says 6.4.
That's because you've got it on interval. If you set it to leader, the Saviour, that means Saviour's 6.4 behind Bobo.
Oh, I'm so stupid.
It's fine. We all learn. But Bobo's just made the move on Ant for P1.
I never change it off of...
I never usually do, but I thought I'd try and work this out a little bit to see. But again, now Saviour's back within the 7 seconds, so all of a sudden it's chopping and changing. And the worst bit for Ant now is he's got a car ahead of him on this last lap. It's going to be oh so close for him to keep second at the end of this race, because at the minute Saviour's doing just enough.
Saviour's gaining a bit though, just enough to keep him in second. He's really finding that push now.
Yeah, he certainly is. Actually, no, let's stay on the leader so we can see how this is going. Leader, none. Right, let's have a look. So, Saviour, yay, 6. He's doing enough as things stand. Ant has been really hurt by Bobo overtaking him on the last lap.
Bobo's probably feeling so smug right now that he was able to get past.
Well, Bobo would have wanted to win it on track as well. I don't blame him for that. Him winning it on track is probably ideal. But Ant tried a late lunge. He's hurt himself in the process. Bobo will take the win in Tier 0. Ant will take second on track, but he will lose it to Saviour over the line, who will take P2. And then Mahmood
so close.
Will eventually come home in P4. With G-Star quite a way back in P5.
Very
he is
close
coming
in the end there.
Yep, he certainly is. And then you've got Rassam, who will come home in P6. He's just coming around the bus stop. Now you got a very close battle between Sociopath and Vans, but Sociopath will come home P7, Vans P8. GTS coming round the bus stop along with Kaiser Soze. GTS will lose the position due to a penalty, so Kaiser will take P9. GTS P10, Seb Mail will take P11. Formula, whoa, Dermos Hornet must have had a crash on the last lap because he's dropped a lot. But Nels will be P12, Lorpy P13, Formula W P14. Dumbest Hornet has got no front wing at all, so that's what's happened. He comes home in P15.
Oh my god.
Then his brother Baby Hornet, who also has a lot of damage to his front wing, will come home in P16. Then we have Smith, Dan, and Vitalso still to come. Dan will take the position from Smith on penalties, and then Vitalso is the last driver to cross the line. Interesting race. It got the battle for the lead sadly got ruined a little bit by penalties, but it is what it is.
Yeah. That would have been very close at the end then between Bobo and Ant if Ant didn't have a penalty.
Yeah, most certainly. But it would have been very, very exciting without a shadow of a doubt. But your provisional results for Tier 0, Bobo takes the win, Saviour second and third, Mahmood fourth, G-Star fifth, Rassam sixth, Sociopath and Vans eighth, Kaiser Soze ninth, GTS 10th, Sebmel 11th, Nels 12th, Law P 13th, Formula W 14th, Thomas Hornet 15th, Baby Hornet 16th, Dan 17th, Smith 18th, Batalso 19th, and Sam Flam was your only DNF. Who is your driver of the day?
I'm going to have to give it to Ant today because he gained a couple positions, worked his way up, managed to create gaps where he needed to. Yeah, just overall, didn't drive except for that penalty. Threw him over a bit, but yeah.
Understand. I'm going to go with Mahmood. He's gone from P12 to P4. Absolutely stunning race from him. So, and also a special shout out to Rassam, who, let's not forget, was last at the exit of turn 1 because he had a spin on lap 1 and he's brought it home for P6. So that's just as impressive as well. But that is Belgium.
Started last.
Yeah.
Sorry, he started last, brought it up the field again. So yeah, good props to him as well.
Yeah, certainly. But that is Belgium over and done with this week. That is 3 comms for me, so that's kind of crazy. But yeah, that is Belgium over and done with. All 5 races were simply amazing. Next, we go to Hungaroring on Monday for Tier 2, 7 o'clock. Tier 1, 8:45, and the same schedule for Tier 3 and 4 on Wednesday. And then obviously come back next week for Tier 0 on Thursday at 7 o'clock. Morgan, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Connor. Second day running.
Yep, 7 o'clock, buddies. But that is it from me. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, all that jazz. And yeah, turn the notifications on as well because, like I said, we bring you 5 races per week. So yeah, don't miss any of them. Thank you all for watching and good night.